It's ridiculously early in the morning and I am not functioning full well yet, but um, I figured that if I didn't make one of these, then the one person that actually watches them would be incredibly upset, and that would just not be good. Sorry, I need coffee. Yeah, that's better. That's the stuff. Anyway, so, lots of stuff's been happening and there's lots of things that I could talk about, but I'm kind of on like a feminist kick on account of like shit that's happened this week, where I'm hating the general populace and loving the ladies. So, that's the topic of this week's Talking Teens. Awesome ladies. Woo. Yeah, I'll muster some enthusiasm after I've had some more coffee. I promise. This episode of Talking Teen Wolf is co-hosted by my friend Paper Derek from thebacklot.com. You should totally just go get one. The first one on the list has to be Lydia, because Lydia is the first character that I fell in love with on the show. I mean, apart from Styles, obviously, but the first character that I really went, oh yeah, no, I want to be a part of this character's journey. It's highly surprising because I kind of have a bit of a thing for the popular girls that are secretly damaged. When you have the popular girl is actually damaged trope, things get a little, things can get a little cliche, and it's hard to marry the two different. I think the reason she's so desperate to be popular is because the popular people in high school hold a position of power, and that is Lydia's like ultimate want, is she wants to be powerful, which is what makes her storyline so horrifically sad, because everything that happens to her like takes her power away from her, and she completely loses control of the one thing that she has, which is her mind. But she totally busted Scott's balls while solving that complicated mathematical problem. I think that's when everyone fell in love with her. The other, of course, defining moment of Lydia, there are a few of them, is the Molotov cocktail, because, all the other skills that she had, like, yeah, bowling is an interesting skill for a pretty popular girl to have, or, and, maths obviously is not what pretty popular girls are associated with, but a Molotov cocktail, that's a weapon. There's no other reason that you would need to know how to make a Molotov cocktail unless you wanted to blow something up, and that's pretty freaking cool. I'd like that skill, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so Allison. Allison is a character that I did not think that I would like as much as I did, At the start, she's the romantic lead, Allison, she's the object of the hero's affection. And at the start, that's all she is, she's the object of the hero's affection. She's the hunter's daughter, we don't really know much about her. But as the series progresses, she actually becomes one of the most interesting characters on the show. And this series 1 really becomes all about this race to who's the one that controls Allison, I think it's significant that the one who does is Kate, because the reason Allison follows Kate is because Kate's the only one that tells her the truth. Kate's misguided, totally crazy version of the truth. Totally crazy and bigoted version of the truth. Scott and Chris both, they're both doing everything for what they think is the right reason. They constantly think that they shouldn't tell Allison because, it'll protect her, or she doesn't need to know that, and it's nice, it's noble, and, a lot of the time it's like, that's a really nice idea. All you're doing is making it more complicated. All you're doing is putting her in more danger because you're not giving her the tools to protect herself. And I think that's why Allison reacts so violently against, everything that goes wrong in her life. There's all the internalized misogyny that she has in there that comes from, I guess, from her family and her mother, and this idea that femininity is weakness. The one scene that made me fall completely in love with Allison was the speeding ticket breakdown. I love her finding out about werewolves and seeing Derek, and I love the way that everything that is bad, everything that she's against in werewolves is tied up with Derek. I expressed all these issues onto her where I didn't want her to be that romantic, that romantic heroine. I didn't want her to be the damsel in distress. And And that's exactly what she's afraid of. She doesn't want to be that girl either. Plus, Allison gets shit done, you know? Lydia gets shit done too. I don't understand why they keep, all these dudes on this show keep trying to push the girls to the background when they're the ones who know how to do stuff, you know? Naked Paper Derek really likes Allison. He thinks they should get it on. Melissa McCall is amazing. She's great. I love the relationship she has with her son. I love that she feels guilty about working so hard. I love that she didn't automatically accept Scott as a werewolf. I love that she was scared out of her mind. I also love that she's just thrown herself headlong into the whole werewolf life. It's just the complete opposite to the way that Scott reacted to everything. It's like, but I guess that makes sense, you know. She's like, well, this is what my son is now. This is his life, so I'm gonna be a part of it. And she bam, straight in there. Nick, what do you think about Erica's death, Paper Derek? He is not happy about it. Let's not talk about Erica. The girls on the show are great. They're far from perfect, you know, but they do defy a lot of the stereotypes, especially the ones that are found on in these kinds of supernatural shows. I just really like girls, okay? Okay, they're awesome. So from now on, I think that Allison and Lydia should be told all of the information. That would be nice. It would be nice if the dudes stopped trying to protect them by not telling them shit, because that's not cool. They've proven time and time again that even without all of the information, they are capable of doing way better than most of the dudes on this show. The moral of Teen Wolf is that bitches get shit done, and guys should not be allowed to make decisions without the girls. Paper Derek thinks girls are awesome. Paper Derek, girls are awesome. Naked Paper Derek. My hand's in an awkward position. I don't know where to hold him without it being incredibly awkward.